Well, good morning and happy Monday. Happy last week of February. Welcome. I'm Jennifer Krippner and I'll be your Silk and Sonder facilitator this morning. It's so great to have you here with us. Welcome. And just remember to set your chat to everyone. It's just a little drop down arrow there. Right now it's set to host and panelists for some. So we'd love for you to share with everybody here. It looks like we have a great Monday morning group. Welcome, everybody. Again, I'm Jennifer Krippner. I am dialing in from Minnesota, where we're going to have a beautiful day, but with some hopes of some sprinkles of snow tomorrow. We have had just this crazy winter of weather. So it is great to have everybody with us. You do have Team Jennifer here. Jennifer would love to come on with me this morning. She's dialing in from Texas. And it's so great to
Good
have.
morning. Good morning.
We love Team Jennifer for you on Monday mornings. So Minnesota and Texas with you today. It's great to see where everybody else is dialing in from. We have a wonderful group this morning. And we are excited to get started setting up our last week of February. I have my February journal. I don't have my March one yet. It says it's coming today in the mail. So I will be using February. If you are just with us brand new and you have your March journal, that is great. You can start your week setting up your first week in your March journal. So we will work with either week, your March journal or your February journal. So it's just wonderful to have you, and we will get started here. I'm going to be walking. Thank you, Jennifer, for putting that in the chat. February journal is page 52 and 53. March is page 26 and 27. So just a reminder of our community guidelines. We love our Silk and Sonder community. We are here to really be elevating our emotional health through the power of community. Our chat is all about community and supporting one another on our journey. We love to be kind and courteous, not only to ourselves, but also to each other. We really want the chat to be supportive of how we're setting up our week and how we're supporting one another to be our best selves. So just remember that and read through this page. It's also posted on the Silk and Sonder website. So here we are together, and Jennifer and I don't work for Silk and Sonder. We're just here to support you along your journey. So if you do have product questions, it's hello@silkandsonder.com. This month's theme is confidence. So we're going to wrap up February with the theme of confidence. Love this theme as we think about how our journey with Silk and Sonder really supports us becoming more confident in ourselves, in our relationships with others, and in our journey about being productive, being more self-reflective and confidence in who we are and how we're becoming more ourselves. And so we're going to reflect on that with what our agenda sets out for us today. We always like to start our weeks out with a mind map, and I'll walk through that in a little bit. And before we move on to this next week, we like to reflect back on our rosebud and thorn, and then we will work on our weekly setup pages. All right. So let's think about our mind map for this week. And this month, we are focusing on how confidence shows up in different areas of our lives. We've done this over 4 different weekends this month. And so I'm going to recap a little bit about this month. And then in March, we'll focus on a different momentum is the theme for March. So we'll talk about momentum, and we'll have 4, I believe it's 4 different weeks to talk about the March mind map. But to wrap up February, the first week we talked about confidence in our abilities. The second week was confidence in our appearance. The third week was confidence in the qualities that make each of us unique. And this last week is confidence in our competence. So when we think about our abilities, our knowledge, our resources, and our skills, what is something that you want to do but you've been afraid to start? And then how can you take action? And then what is the connection that we find between confidence and competence? So that is our question for this week. And Jennifer's been so lovely to put this in the chat. If you want to copy that and save it for later, you perhaps maybe want to take a screenshot. And then there's different ways that we can set up our mind map. And I'll walk through a couple different slides here to show you. So here are the questions for this 4th week. What is something you want to do, but you've been afraid to start? How can you take action? What's the connection between confidence and competence? Now, there's multiple ways where you can draw your mind map. You can just do it on a notes page. You can do it on the quotes page. So in the February journal, it's on page 38. The definition on page 3 is a fun place to start. I've chosen to do mine this month in the scratch pad. So on page 55, it happens to be week 4. And so I've answered the questions this way. I'd really love to learn how to do yoga. It's just something that I've never really gotten into, mostly because I don't feel confident in my stretching abilities. So my action this week is to try a beginner's online class. And I really feel like perhaps if I practice alone in my bedroom with my TV or online class that way, or maybe a YouTube channel practice, I'll build some competence in it and build my confidence so I can take a group class in person. I really feel like that's what's kind of in my way is my confidence and competence and stretching and agility and that type of thing. So I've used the scratch pad for my mind map, but I'm going to show you a couple other examples here on page 38. This is the quote page. They've done their 4 weeks that way. In the middle is a notes page, and same on the right-hand side. And so lots of different ways that you can do this mind map. You can do it all on one page. You can use the scratch page. Jennifer, yours is in the middle with the circles. I love that. And so I just ask for you to take a pause and take a moment to really think about the question and the theme. And I love that the March theme is momentum, because as I think about my answer to the question is, if I can do that this week, perhaps I can create some momentum and really get into that class and create some momentum in really doing some yoga with a group of people so that I can feel more confidence and competence. And so I'm going to give you a song. I'm going to have you fill out this question. When you're done filling it out in your mind map, feel free to share in the chat what comes up for you, and we'll support each other with this 4th week of the mind map. All right, we'll see you back here shortly. All right, thank you for sharing. It looks like I have another yoga person who wants to just really start to begin to do that every day and practice, 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 it sounds like. I have a few writers here, and I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Watercoloring, buying a house, really just some people just wanting to really, it looks like a kitchen remodel as well. Selling some things in a store, knitting, crocheting, and really, I think just investing time in yourself to do things that you want to do, and I think that's really important. And I think just being here today and committing this hour to yourself and writing down what's important to you can really be a first step in that. So writing the name of that song was In Dreams. And I think it's really cool that some of these seems like dreams to you, but writing them down and taking action and getting some momentum in March as we build on this topic and this theme can be really important to us to putting action to these plans. So thanks for taking time to put this together. So let's turn to page 50 as we look at our rosebud and thorn to reflect on this past week as we move before we move forward to this next week. So a rose is what went well last week. What's something that you are grateful for, something positive that happened? A bud is what could bloom, like what could be a rose this coming week, something that gave you hope or inspiration or motivation. And then a thorn, perhaps what something that was a challenge, stressful for you, or perhaps maybe in the coming weeks could turn into a bud. I'll quickly share mine. My husband and I took our daughter and son-in-law out for dinner on Thursday night and just had really good dinner and time together and focused time and really celebrated them as a couple, and it was really wonderful. This week I'm traveling and I have some really exciting, good meetings coming up for work that could really be a bud for future progress and growth. And then a thorn was I actually had to do some pretty significant prep work for my travel over the weekend. So I did not get some downtime. So there is my rosebud and thorn. And I am going to give you another little song, and I'd like you to fill out your rosebud and thorn. It's really important to reflect on this past week before we are able to move forward. So please share in the chat once you're done writing down. I'm going to give you another little song, and I will be back here shortly. Incredible support and sharing, and thank you for doing that. And your Rose was a missed plane from Zurich, so you had them reroute you through London and was able to have an evening prayer at Westminster Abbey. That sounds absolutely wonderful. We've had some celebrations too, birthdays, anniversaries. I love that. Sherry started working out again. That's awesome. Nathania, we're thinking about you as you check in with your therapist next week. I think a lot of us can relate to your feelings, and we're there with you, and we will check in with you next week on Monday. Took a live cooking class, tap classes. You painted 48 gift bags in one day. So many amazing things, connecting with your sister. I think visiting a parent, support from teachers. Lots of great roses. Good luck on an interview, I think I read, coming up this week. So it's wonderful. And thanks for sharing. I think it's great to reflect. I think Julia had a good tip about where to write your gratitude so that you can easily go back to it in the week to find your rose for the next week. So thanks for sharing those. Let's turn to page 54 and 56 through 56. And let's look at your weekly spread before we do our weekly setup pages. And so this is in your February journal. Jennifer will put what it is in your March journal. But I'd like to go back to our mind map question. And I think it's really important to think about noting, perhaps either in your one thing box or create a box at the bottom, and note where you have experienced confidence in your day. So those things that you said you wanted to do where you can get competence, where you're going to take action, like I'm going to do an online yoga class. I'm going to practice on my own. I'm going to note then when I did that and how I felt, if I experienced more competence and confidence. I'm going to journal about that on my weekly spread, and maybe in the one thing box as well, like this was the day, and how did it make me feel? And so I'm going to keep track of that. And I just thought maybe perhaps we could use the one thing box, or you can see the examples below, creating a space where we can use our mind map to keep track of that during the week. And so here are just some examples, perhaps if you want to create your weekly spread, and just some fun examples of how other people did it. Here are a couple more. Use some dotted lines, use some little boxes, some stickers, some different little designs. Some people just like to journal and use the scratch pad a little bit differently. Some people like to use the daily ritual conversation here. But I just thought it would be fun for you to kind of think about, how do you want to set this page up differently? Or what are the ways that you currently use it now? And so I'm going to just share another brief song. I'm going to give you time to set these two pages up, and I'll be back here again in a little bit. All right, welcome back. I hope you got some chance to, sorry about that, design the way that you want these pages for this upcoming week, and make note of when you experience some competence and confidence. All right, let's move on to how we want to feel. So let's flip back a couple pages. And I believe, where did I write that on there? It's page 52 and 53, or page 26 and page 27. So in the chat, let us know how you want to feel. I love it, Julia. Competent and confident. That's fabulous. So you can use a word or two. You can use several words. You can write a phrase. Maybe there's an affirmation this week you want to use. Perhaps just use a sticker, picture, what's your focus word for the week, or a quote. There's many different ways that you want to use that page this week. I love this one. I want to be Flossom, an individual who embraces their flaws and knows they're awesome regardless. Alexandria, you you whited out feel, and now it says this week I want to cultivate personal and professional progress. I love that. Prepared, I want to feel tuned in. Yep, it's okay if you want to use the same word from last week. Prepared. Stop feeling overwhelmed. Strong and confident in your body with postpartum recovery. Productive, inspired, empowered, all amazing words. Satisfied, productive, calm, and strong. These are amazing. So let's think about, keep them coming. Motivated, Jennifer says, as we think about our goals for this coming week, and they don't have to be 3, they can be 1, 2, 3, as many as you'd like. How can they support the way you want to feel? So let's do these 2 areas together. So perhaps your goals, you want to go back to your intentions page or your tracker page to see how your goals for the week. Perhaps your goals want to be experienced through the theme of confidence or momentum. Maybe you want to create no goals, like what's not serving you. Perhaps what outstanding goals you may still have to accomplish. Maybe you want to frame your goals around a single, maybe personal challenge for your week. Maybe it's that single goal around how you want to feel. Maybe you want to have them around different categories like mind, body, soul, or left brain, right brain, no brain, work, community, home, frog, fun, fruitful, delete, delegate, delight, revive, relax, reconnect. Maybe you want to consider connecting it to your word of the year if you have one. And then again, back to maybe we really want to support how you want to feel. If you want to feel confidently accomplished like Alice, perhaps then you want to tie your goals to how you can do that. Here's some examples from different Sonder fam members. So the one on the left, I want to feel in control. So that the 3 areas, be healthy, self-care, and productivity. Calm, rested, and drama-free. Do yoga, no unnecessary spending, and eating more cooked, prepped home food. And you can see those other examples on the screen. Couple more examples here. Calm, hopeful, ready, celebrate, valued, energized. And all those examples there, again, support how they want to feel. I love these examples here on the left. You can see their to be or to-do list supports and connects to their goals. So you can really combine those 2 sections together. And then this last one are different ways you can repurpose your goal section. You could just do different things, podcasts, movies, shows you want to watch, different things you want to read, songs you want to really listen to, different recipes you want to try. This one on the left-hand side is an expense tracker, and it's kind of fun to just see screen time tracker as well. So they truly repurposed how I want to feel and goals section. So I am going to let you fill out how you want to feel in your goals section, and I'll be back here to move us to the next area in a little bit. All right. All right. Wow. You guys are amazing. Lots of great goals for the week and a lot of aligned goals too. A lot of health, exercise, some really neat things that you are all doing. And I love the habit that kind of leans into what we're going to do next. Atomic Habits. Sorry, I was blanking on the name. So thanks for the tips there, Jennifer. So let's look at our to-dos. We're going to look at our weekly to-dos as well as our weekly or our activities and habits. So here are some examples, really fun examples of our to-do lists. You guys are also creative in so many different ways to think about our to-dos. So I have a list of ideas here. You could just do your to-dos. This is typically what I just do as a bullet list of all my to-dos for the week. I know Jennifer Ogilvy likes to do the to-dos. So writing down your accomplishments at the end of the week, I think that's really fun to see all the things that you were able to accomplish. There's something called the Eisenhower Matrix, which I'll show you in a little bit. the dread list, all the things that, right, the things that we don't want to have to do. There's things that we want to do, self-care list, the not to-do list, the things you don't want to forget for the week. On the screen here, examples, self, home, and others. To read, to watch, to listen. I find that intriguing, and I might want to try that coming up here. I love the little stickers here that makes your to-do list a lot more fun on the bottom left. Needs and wants. And then here on the bottom right, school and personal. So if you're in school, you might want to consider trying that. So let's look at this next one. This is the Eisenhower matrix. And it's just dividing it into 4 quadrants. It really helps you to track to see how you're spending your time, right? Important and urgent, not important, not urgent. And then really, how can you think about things that you need to do, things that you need to delegate, things that you need to delete, and decide what to do. So those are really a great way to kind of organize your to-do list. And then I also love this to be list or to feel list. How do we want to show up for ourselves this week? And then how do we want to show up for others this week? So be kind, be quiet, be slow to anger. How do we want to be? Do we want to be prepared? Do we want to be vibrant, courageous, nourished, grounded? And there's your to-do list up at the top left. There's also a fun way to do your list of to-dos is through a mini bingo. All the things that you have to do, you can have a fun way to do is a bingo list. And so just fun different ways to do your to-do list that way. And then at the bottom of the page is your habit and activity tracker. And here's a bunch of different fun ways to think about this week. What are the things that I want to focus on this week? And so up on the left-hand side is the just say no list. And so all the things this person wants to do is delete 50 emails. They want to do that 5 times for the week. Declutter 4 bags of stuff 4 times that week. Days without sugar, 3 days. That's brave. Throw away expired food 2 days, and then no social media for 1 day. Some people don't like to track how many times they have to do it, so they just leave that blank. And then on the middle, on the left-hand side, just a reminder to do your mood tracker, to do your habit tracker, to do your sleep tracker, to do your gratitude log, and to complete other areas of your Silk and Sonder journal. So that's great as well. You can see you don't have to fill in every line on the bottom right. Move, affirm, and ritual. And then they just circle in the circles when they accomplish that habit or activity. And so multiple different ways that you can think about doing your habit and activity tracker. So I'm going to play a song. I'm going to have you fill out your to-do list if you have items that you're thinking, or just at least formulate the way that you want to do that this week, and then fill out those things that you want to track for your habit or your activities for the week. And it's okay if they're the same thing from last month or last week. I usually do the same things. I usually only do 3. And know that I can be successful at them and feel confident and have momentum in them. So I will see you back here shortly. And once you're done filling that out, feel free to share in the chat so we can learn from one another. I love all of these ideas. So what a great idea of Joanna, the Restoring Creativity Search. So I think you've inspired some of us. Also, what a neat little idea is to just write sticky notes and lifting somebody else up during your day. You can do that to your spouse or your significant other or your kids or your coworkers. So let's all do that today. Let's find somebody and surprise them with a sticky note somewhere. And I think that's a great idea. So thanks for those fun tips. Let's move to the next page. So let's flip it over and talk about our meal plan, our mind, body, health plan, our shopping list, and I am loving. We've got lots of great ideas. So feel free to take a screenshot or get your phone or your camera out. We've got some great ideas. So here we go with our meal plan, and lots of different ways people like to use this. I'll share how I use it first. I always write down or track my food intake for the day. So the end of the day, I always write in what I ate and what I drank. And then I go back to my mood tracker, which I really use as a symptom tracker because I get migraines. And so I correlate what I ate or drank or didn't eat or drink to how I felt that day. And then if I do have a migraine, I can see back to what I ate or drank. And so that's really helpful for me and how I use it. Other people, you can see on the right-hand side how people like to use it. And I'm going to share examples of all of those ideas for your meal plan. People like to use it as symptom or health trackers, glucose trackers, a daily debrief. So what is the highlight of your day? Daily scripture, school homework, lesson plan reminders, word of the day, reflections. So something like the GLAD acronym, grateful, learned, accomplished, delighted. That's on the far right-hand side. Other things like your affirmations, you could do journal prompts. Like here they have sticky notes. So I feel joy when, and they flip it over and they write in their answer, different chore lists or different areas that they want to do decluttering or cleaning, different appointments. So your schedule can go there. On the right-hand side, sometimes I like to use it for reminders of like my since I travel, like what I'm going to wear. You can use it as a checkoff list too on the bottom right-hand side. Let's see what's next. 7 types of rest. So because there are 7 spots there, and now we no longer have the breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, you can actually write in then 7 types of rest and what you're doing to support that 7 types of rest. This other one, feels and meals. So when you do write down what you're eating, what are you bored when you're eating? You know, what are the different types of things? Are you excited? You know, was it really satisfying, the food that you ate? So how are you feeling when you're actually having that meal? Sorry, I moved that. A self-care plan, weekly reflection, so different things that you're experiencing during the week. And then, so those are the ideas for the meal plan. I'm going to give you time after I run through the mind, body, health ideas. This is actually really where I use my wardrobe tracker. But here's some other ideas. You can actually on the top left do mind, body, health. What are you doing to support that? The middle one is how are you getting outside? The right one is you just write down lots of different ideas, and then each day you get to pick one. The bottom left is what did I do for myself? The bottom middle one is what's your cleaning plan for the week, right? How are you taking care of your home for the week? And then this one, how did I care for myself? I either said no, worked on a puzzle, or had lunch with friends, and then 5 minutes for me. So how am I taking time for me? Love the use of stickers, the use of color. I love the one on the bottom right, get off my butt. So it's just a movement one. How can I get off and move and exercise? And so just planning each day, what are you doing? And then shopping list ideas. The bottom one here, the social check-in. I've been using that one, so whoever came up with that one is awesome. I love being able to just check off who did I text, call, or have an intentional face-to-face conversation with. So love those options and ideas. And when I play a song, I will go back through all of these again for you as great ideas. And then just some more examples here. And so I'm going to play a couple songs and I'll give you time to fill this out, and I'll be back here in a little bit. All right, as we're closing up to the end, I just wanted to say thank you for sharing in the chat the ways that you're using it. I love that you're using, Jennifer, you're using it for meal planner to plan healthy recipes. And Alice, you're using it for spiritual affirmation. In the last 2 weeks, you're using Mind Body Health to say something that you're proud of yourself for, and shopping list for an acrostic poem. I love that for your word of the year. That's awesome. Um, and then I think people liked the GLAD acronym. I think that's awesome too. And I think thanks, Jennifer, for sharing that. And Gabby, you use the meal tracker as an audiobook list and the books that you plan to listen on what day. So wow, it sounds like you're motivated to listen to a lot of books, and it'd be fun if you share something like that in Sonder Club so we can see what that looks like and maybe see what kind of books the rest of us should be listening to. So, and then Joanna, you use a meal planner to track what you've eaten. It does give you a reality check to see what we do eat and what we consume, and how we might change our habits. So I do have that reality check every day as well. So if you're looking to see what you do eat, maybe using it as a meal tracker is good too. So as we close, I'm really grateful for you all to be here. Again, I mentioned Sonder Club. Here's a picture of the app. Please share your examples. You might see your examples here in a Sonder Social. Here are some of my songs that I used today. And March socials are in Eventbrite. So if you do go to Sonder Club, you can see those in Sonder Club. They're at the top of the screen. And again, Jennifer and I, Team Jennifer, loves having you here. We'd also love the thought of accountability. So there's a great deal if you refer a friend, they get $10, you get $10. Also, if you want to upgrade to an annual subscription, you can save money. And then we have a new survey that we would love for you to hear. We don't hear it, but headquarters hears it. And they always are wanting to improve the way that we offer our Sonder socials. So in addition, we record these weekly setups in actually all of our Sonder socials. And so there is a private YouTube link. You can only get that by attending these, and make sure that you bookmark those because you can't just search for it out on YouTube. So you can listen back to our Sonder socials if you want to see some of these examples again, or if you were just listening in for the first time and want to repeat that. The only thing is the chat is not available on YouTube. That is just private to our time together today. So again, we loved having you with us, and we wish you all a very safe, happy, healthy week ahead, productive, all those things that you want to feel. And we will be back here next week and weekend to share our time together. So it's been wonderful. Jennifer and I wish you a great week, and we will see you soon.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. You never look back, but you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never